Hello everyone, in today's video I am back for the 4th week's cash stuffing of March. So this is going to be for week number 4. In today's video I'm stuffing a total of $1,199 worth of income. For those of you who might be new here, that income does come from my job. I'm a bartender and server at a restaurant. All of the income you see is based on tips that I make daily that I then accumulate into weekly cash stuffings here on this channel. Besides these videos, I do have bonus cash stuffings where I stuff just my bartending tip out. I also have cash unstuffings and bill swaps, like consolidation videos. And then I do a lot of savings challenges as well. So if that is something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing down below. But let me really quickly go over my daily income with y'all. So on Tuesday, I made $248. Wednesday, I was off and did not work, but on Thursday, I made $134. Friday was $402. And then on Saturday, I made $415. So let's go ahead and get this money counted. We will get organized and we'll get started. Alrighty, y'all, we have 1, 2, 3, 54, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 89, 20, 40, 60, 81,000, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $1,199. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week this week. It has been a little cloudy where I'm from, so we are getting some of that warmer weather here in Texas, but it's still kind of cloudy and a little windy. I'm kind of nervous though because we had a really mild winter and I'm not sure what the summer is going to look like. Here in Texas, it gets to be over 100 most days. We're looking at like 108, 109 a lot of those days. So I'm trying to prepare myself for that. I know I told you guys that I was not trying to travel this year, but I do have a couple of vacations that I have planned. We are going to be doing a lake day with my boyfriend's family sometime this summer. I'm hoping around June, so that'll still be here in the state. But then I am going on a trip to Cancun, I think, in July. So that'll be in addition to the Universal trip that I already mentioned to you guys. But I am still trying to be pretty good about not spending money. Those are a couple things that I have planned, though. Well, let's go ahead and get into today's stuffing. So starting off with bills. Rent is getting $300. So I think I'll grab maybe 2 of those hundreds and some 20s. So we'll grab these 2 hundreds and then I'll do 5 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 81. That brings rent now to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. $1,200 now in rent. And y'all, I did buy some new placeholders for my envelopes. I have extra money from my bills envelopes. I am investing in 3 to 6 months ahead for my expenses, which I'm putting in a high yield savings account. But I do want to represent that money in these envelopes. So I did buy some new placeholders. I think I'm also going to invest in some like $100 placeholders as well, just some like fake money, like in general, like the denominations. Because I have the 1,000 and I have the 500, but I don't have any small denominations. So I think I'm going to invest in those, and I'm going to try to get those done for my unstuffing and bill swap video. So hopefully I'll have that done by the end of the month for you guys. Up next is subscriptions. I'm putting 5 in this envelope this week. So I'm going to do a $5 bill. That brings subscriptions to $20.35. In cell phone, I'm putting $25. So let's do, I think that's 15. That would make that 40. So that's 25, 30, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. I'm going to put this back up here and I'm going to grab 2 20s instead. And that brings cell phone now to 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Electric is up next, and it's getting 25. Let me do a 20 and just a 5. Electric now has $50, $75. Childcare is getting its usual 70. So let me go ahead and put this 10 back, and I'm going to grab 4 20s instead. I do have an extra week this month, so I will be doing a cash stuffing for week 5 coming up really soon, which will give me even more money to put into that high yield savings account. 20, 40, 60, 80 going into childcare. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 82, 80 now in this envelope. Internet is getting 5. I'm going to do 5 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which brings this envelope to $35. Dental insurance is getting $10. So let's go ahead and just pop a 20 in here instead, which brings this one to 40. Health insurance is getting 15. Let's do a 20. And this envelope now has $60 in it. And then lastly in this binder is my investing envelope, which I'm going to throw $150 in. So let me go ahead and I'm going to do this 50, and then I'm going to do some 20s. So I want to save that 100 for my Roth envelope. 20, 40, 60, 80, and 1 plus the 50 makes 150. Let's get this counted. 1,000, 5, 6, 7, 50, 70, 90, 8, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 9, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 1,000, 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, 11, 10, 30, 50. $1,150 now in investing. The last envelope in this binder, is my income. This is going to be for next week's cash stuffing. So a total of $605 went into bills. Let's move on to cash envelopes. We have $594 remaining. So nothing was spent out of gas this past week. I am just going to go ahead and roll over this amount for this next week. But I do need to pull this 5 out of my personal spending. I'm going to set that aside and put that away into one of my challenges. Going into groceries, I'm going to put 90 in here. So let me do 20, 40, 60, 80. Let's do 85 and then 5 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to double count this. 20, 40, 60, 85, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. Perfect. Up next is my personal spending, and I'm putting 40 in this envelope. Let's do 20, 30, 5, and then 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 20, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40 now in personal spending. Now, for date night, I'm putting $25 in this envelope. So I'm going to do a 20 and a 5. So 25. That brings this envelope to 20, 40, 60, 80, 125. Skipping over Sam's Club, but in my reptile envelope, I'm going to go ahead and throw $25 in this one. Let me do 30 instead. So I'll do a 20 and a 10. This envelope now has 1, 20, 40, 60, 170. Now, Zora is actually one of our pet geckos. We have 2 pet geckos. And then my son is wanting another reptile as well. So this is just going to be like a reptile envelope. I just have not relabeled this actual envelope yet. In tithes, I'm going to go ahead and throw $10 in here. So I'll just replace this. I'm going to put a 20 instead. $40 now in tithes. This is also the giving envelope. Now, I did use all the money from my miscellaneous envelope. I am stuffing it into my son's Easter eggs. So I just had ones I wanted to put in there. But we are going to put $5 into my $5 challenge. And I did mention this to you guys, but this money is actually going to go towards my 3 to 6 month expenses for my cash envelopes. Because I've done a very good job of saving for my bills, but I have not done the same for my cash envelopes. So I'm going to use this challenge to help fund that. A total of $190 when it's cash envelopes, which leaves $404. Let's go ahead and get into my short-term sinking funds, starting off with Christmas. Christmas is getting $25. So let's do, what do we have here? I'm going to do a 20 and a 5. So 25. And that brings Christmas now to 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 3. $300 now in Christmas. We're skipping over the next few. I forgot to put birthdays where it belongs, so it's down here, but I'm going to get to that one next, and I'm going to put $50 in birthdays. So let's do, I'll do 2 20s and a 10. So 2 20s and then a $10 bill. And let me just make sure this is nice and neat. Alrighty. So that brings birthdays now to 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200 now in here. Let's see, holiday fund. I am skipping over to car insurance. And it's getting its usual 50. So I'm going to throw that $50 bill in this envelope. Car insurance now has 1, 2, 3, 54, 50, 500. I do pay my policy every 6 months, so I am building this until, I believe my next policy is in August, so that's when I'll pay the next 6 months. In sports and clubs, I'm going to go ahead and add $25. So let me do a 20. Yeah, let me do a 20 and a 5. That brings sports and clubs to 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 75. 175 now in this envelope. And then y'all, I need to get my nails done so bad. I ended up breaking this one at work. Unfortunately, it just snapped right off. So I'll have to get that redone. And I ended up slicing my finger open pretty bad on Friday. But I really want to get a new color and they're growing out. So I'm going to go ahead and add $20 to this one. I think I just want to go back to French tips. Every time I try to stray away from that, I end up liking the nails for like a week or so, but then I always end up wanting French tips again. So I think I'm just going to stick to the classic. In self-care now is 20, 40, 50, 65, 70. That'll do it for my short-term sinking funds. Let's move over to my long-term sinking funds. Alrighty, let's see, dental fees is the first one up in this binder. So let me get to that one. Perfect. I'm putting 25 in here. I have an appointment this upcoming week to get I had root canals done and then I had them redone, and unfortunately they're not salvageable anymore. So I am getting both of them removed, and then I'm getting an implant in the place of those two. So I will be getting my teeth extracted this upcoming week. I'm going to go ahead and put 25 in here. So we'll do 20 and then a 5. That brings dental fees now to 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 70, 95, 10, 25. $525 now in there. The good thing about it though is that, well, I guess there's a good and bad, but the good thing about this procedure is that it takes about 6 months in order to have like the full implant finished. So I will have the next several months in order to save. And I think I only have to pay as I go. So this first appointment, I will only pay for my extraction, which is not super expensive. I have dental insurance, so it'll be just fine. And then I'll have the next, 6 months to save for the rest of it, which is much more costly, but I will have time, which is great. Let's get to the back here though, and let's go ahead and get into emergency fund. course, $24 going in here. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 20. That brings the emergency fund now to 1, 50, 70, 90, 210, 30, 50, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So $288 now in emergency fund. My Roth, so I finally get to max out my Roth for 2023. I'm putting $125 in here. And this should now be $6,500 in this envelope. So let me arrange this. I'm just so excited. I can't even get my money together. Alrighty, let's get this counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, 5, 6,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 500. So $6,500, which I obviously invest in my Roth, and I do invest into the market. So really important, don't just put money into your Roth IRA account. You have to invest that money in something in order for it to grow, and that way you can retire eventually. But I am going to start next week then investing into my 2024 Roth. So I will need to up this amount. I want to say I calculated it to be $130 a week. So that way I can max out the $7,000 for 2024. But I will start that next week. Let's see, the boys envelope. This is my son's envelope. He's getting $25. I'm going to do 30 instead. So let me do a 20 and a 10. And let's see what we have here. 1, 2, 3,000, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20, 40, 60, 80, 9, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $3,975 in this envelope, which is so exciting because on that 5th week's cash stuffing, I will be able to reach 4,000 in this envelope, and I'll be able to do some placeholder swaps on the unstuffing video. Super exciting. Now in Saveopoly, I rolled last week a, 20? Yes, 20 from last week. Let me go ahead and put that in here. So I'll just do 10, 15, and then 5 of these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should be 15 left for my mystery challenge, but let's put this in here, and then I do need to roll for next week. I have really been enjoying this system versus what I was doing before. It just skips that step that I was taking where I had to re-budget the money that was left over, and it forces me to put a lot more in here. And I'm really, really excited to see how much I save this next year. So definitely stay tuned for that video because I do that every year. Let me get my marker. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and roll to see what we saved this week. So 2, that's 1, 2 is save $35. So I'll be saving $35 next week. Alrighty, let's get into the mystery challenge. Now I mentioned in my last video that I bought this challenge after January, so I do have a scratch card for January that I really need to scratch to have completed this entire challenge. So I'm going to put 15 in here this week. I scratched these 2 last week. This should be $15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I am going to grab my January challenge. So let's see how much I save for March. Let me just get this organized real quick. So 20, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, $80 was saved in March. And then let's see what we're going to put into next week for the January scratch challenge. So I went this way and then I went this way. What do I want to do this time? I think I want to do like these top 2. So let's see what we're putting in next week. That is 10, and 10 is 20. So I believe if this challenge is still up on this channel, I believe you can choose different denominations. I did choose a lower one. I do have several challenges, so I don't want to overexert myself, but I do appreciate how each week, I don't think I'm spending more than $30 additional for this challenge, but in the end, I want to say it was like $1,000 challenge or something. Maybe it was a little bit more than that, but it's just an easy way to every week just save a little here and there. But $20 is going into next week. So let me go ahead and put this in the front, and then that'll do it for today's cash stuffing, y'all. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. If Easter is something that you guys celebrate, happy Easter to y'all. And I will see you in a future cash stuffing. Thanks. Bye.